Nature's Pickins.
This is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me. Land spreading out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside.
Nature's Pickins.
This is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me. Land spreading out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside.
Nature's Pickins.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Michelle Higbee from Nature's Pickins, located on 464 Connellsville Street in Uniontown. Our phone number at the store is 724-438-4211. That's 724-438-4211. Phone number here at the show is 724-438-4593. If you have any questions or comments for me today, give me a call at 724-438-4593. Please, seriously, if you have any questions or anything, give me a call. If I cannot answer it, I promise to research it, and I will get back to you. Just call the store and leave your name and telephone number if I can't answer it today, and I will get back to you with the answer to your question. I am on the show today by myself. Randy is going to be on next week, and we'll be talking about some different things, probably. Oh, who knows? We can go in any direction, really. But so today, with it being Valentine's Day this Saturday, I thought that we would talk about heart health and, insights to having a healthy heart and things that you can use to help keep your heart healthy. And some different tips to do as well. So, with that said, anything, any questions that you may have pertaining to that, please give me a call and I'll see if I can take care of it for you. In the meantime, Nordic Naturals, the Ultimate Omegas, that's fish oils, are on sale this month at 20% off. That's the Ultimate Omegas with D, the Ultimate Omega 2 times. All of those are at 20% off till the 21st, I believe, of this month. Excuse me. Solarite has their magnesium glycinate. Their collagen bone complete, which I tell you all the time is one of the best bone formulas that I've seen out there. We have a lot of people using it, getting very good results with it. When they get their DEXA scans, they come back and say that their bone density has improved. It's a very good bone formula. It has calcium, magnesium, zinc, boron, K2, vitamin D. It's an excellent formula. Check that out. It's on special this month. Also, Solarite has some vitamin C that's on sale. Also, this is a perfect time to take some vitamin C with all this, it's warm, it's cold, it's warm, it's cold, it's snowing, it's not snowing. Everybody's immune system is up and down because of the way the weather is going. So vitamin C is one of those vitamins that works very well with the immune system. So Solarite does have vitamin C on sale this month. And there's some other things by Solarite too, like Dimanos and Cranactin. If you're having some urinary tract situations, basically what cranberry does, it works like Teflon. And so it kind of coats the urinary tract wall. And then the Dimanos is a type of a sugar that snatches hold of that bacteria and helps to carry it out of the body. So that's a real good formula made by Solarite. It's called Cranactin with Dimanos. I believe it's the 60 count that is on sale. So if you're having any urinary tract problems, take advantage of that sale. That's an excellent one. Bluebonnet, of course, has their targeted choice, on sale. That's their blood pressure, their blood sugar, which is a really, really excellent formula. Their pain and inflammation, if you're dealing with some inflammation or maybe some different types of like arthritic pain or something like that. That's a good formula as well. Their liver detox, Randy and I talk about the liver detox that Bluebonnet has. That's a real good formula. I have a lot of people using that formula because if you get on to TikTok, which I don't, but so many people come into the store and say that all they see anymore is things being advertised for liver detox or parasites or whatever. That liver detox is a real good formula by Bluebonnet, and it's on sale this month as well. Also is the adrenal formula, the thyroid formula. And those are all targeted choice. There's sleep formula, there's stress formula, all these urinary tract, another one with cranactin and Dimanos and I believe dandelion and hibiscus. That's a really good formula. I've used that one myself in the past many times. Works extremely well. It's called urinary tract. It's a targeted choice by Bluebonnet. These are all at 15% off, so take advantage of those sales while they're going on. Okay, so once again, Nature's Pickins is located on 464 Connellsville Street in Uniontown. We're right next to the Dairy Queen. We are open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, Saturday, 9 to 3. That's Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, Saturday, 9 to 3. We give a 10% discount to senior citizens every day of the week, and then also 10% to veterans. All you have to have is your veterans card to get the 10%. Okay, so like I said, anyways, we're going to talk about natural things that you can do to help keep your heart healthy, or maybe help, give you a healthy heart if different things is going on. Of course, one of the first things you want to look at is diet. Today's the American diet is probably one of the worst diets in the world. With the high fried fat, preservative, fast food situation, people consuming these types of foods on daily basis, not just once in a while, to utilize these foods maybe as a treat or something like that, or you're in a hurry. The problem is a lot of people are so stressed and they're on the run all the time. They get off of work. Then, maybe they have kids and the kids have games or they have practice or whatever, so you just fly through the fast food, grab something quick, and, you're on your way again. The problem with that is that these foods are not the best foods to eat on a regular daily basis. You're not getting the fiber into your diet. You're not getting the good antioxidants into your diet. If you have heart issues, definitely one of the worst types of diets, the American diet, that you could be on. The Mediterranean diet, I still say, is the best diet. I've talked about that just about every week. Saying about how good the Mediterranean diet is. Cardiologists recommend it as being one of the best diets that there is to incorporate into your, daily regimen. Mediterranean diet is going to be high in omega-3s. It's got, your beans and your legumes, and it does have dairy, and a lot of people go, oh, well, isn't dairy bad for you? Well, if you were drinking a gallon of milk a day, yeah, I would say probably that's not a good choice. But when you're eating some of these long aged cheeses, they have, when they age, they get, good antioxidants and so forth. So that can be very good for you. Fish is going to be omega-3s. Get your omega-3s, high in EPA, DHA. Those are all going to be very good as well. If you want a Mediterranean diet food list, I have one. Just stop up at the store and we'll give you a copy of it. So if that's something that you want to try to do, is incorporate more of that type of a diet. And then there's so many books out there that give you good recipes and easy recipes so that you can incorporate the Mediterranean style diet into your lifestyle. Different, dietary and nutritional approaches that you can do for heart healthy is, for example, bring in omega-3s, into your diet. Of course, we talk about omega-3s all the time, and fish oils and how important they are, to bring into your diet. The body needs omega-3s for, so many different functions in the body. DHA, for example, is one of the long-chain fatty acids that is very good for the brain, for the eyes, for the nervous system. That's why they put DHA in infant formula, to help with the development of these particular areas. EPAs are real good for, the heart and inflammation, and, so good for help lowering, triglycerides. So, the research is out there on omega-3s. There's so much research on omega-3s for the heart, for the cardiovascular system, to incorporate these into your diet to help with these particular things. Heart disease, high blood pressure, like I said, arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, high triglycerides, high cholesterol, all of these situations have been shown to get help with fish oils. John Hopkins had put out a nice little paper on omega-3s, explaining where they come from, how much do you need, with some of the drawbacks of, fish oils. Sometimes the burping is a problem. I will say this, that Nordic Naturals produces their fish oils to, so you don't have that burping effect from it. So, everybody that, I talk to that uses Nordic Naturals fish oils, they never say that it causes them that burping back effect. So, check those out when you come up to the store. Nordic Naturals is one of the number one brand fish oils in the United States. It comes from Norway. And the nice thing about Nordic is they fish, they have fishermen that fish for the fish. They, on the boat, they take care of it right there and then, bring it back to Norway. They take it, they produce it, they encapsulate it, and then they ship it, around the world. A lot of times fish oil companies buy their fish oil from some other, country. It's shipped up by ship and tankers, come to ports, and then it's put into other tankers, and then it's shipped to wherever to be encapsulated. A lot of transfer going on, of these fish oils. Nordics is not like that. So, it's the less it's being, shipped around, I think probably the higher quality, the better it's going to be. So Nordic has been one of the number one fish oils, like I said, in America. I don't have anybody that complains about Nordic Naturals fish oils. Doing a plant-based diet can have its benefits as well. I would still say, if you can put fish into your diet, that you would definitely be better off to get those omega-3s. However, you can get omega-3s from, flax and different seeds and so forth. But I still think that fish is probably one of your better sources of your omega-3s, your EPA, and your DHA. So, adding more fruits and vegetables to the diet, add more fiber to the diet. Oat bran, for example, has been studied and shown that it can help to lower cholesterol because of the fiber. So, adding these types of foods into your diet is a good thing. Garlic, I'm sure all of you know that garlic has some tremendous benefits, to the body, to the heart. It can, it's been shown to help lower blood pressure. It's been shown to help lower cholesterol. It's good for even just the protection of the common cold. What's the best way to do garlic? I will tell you this, that there's a rule of thumb for garlic that if you are going to use raw garlic, you should, peel it, crush it or whatever, but you let it set for 10 to 15 minutes before you cook it, because then those antioxidants, those different sulfur compounds that are in garlic, concentrate, and then you get more of them out of the raw. The bad thing about raw is, of course, the smell of garlic. It has its drawbacks when it comes to that. So a lot of times people will use different kinds of garlic. Kiowa garlic is an aged garlic extract that is odorless. So you're getting that S-acetylcysteine, that one particular antioxidant that has a lot of benefits to the immune system, to the heart. Nature's Way makes a garlicin. I believe it's a 4,000 milligram of allicin, and it is, well known for helping, with different benefits of the heart. Garlic just has some very potent medicinal, properties to it, and it's, been researched, clinical research for years. There's testimonials, thousands of testimonials out there on garlic. Garlic has very few calories, but it's a very good source of nutrients. It has a lot of manganese, vitamin B6, vitamin C, selenium. Selenium is one of those antioxidants, it's minerals that has some fantastic antioxidant benefits for the immune system and so forth. So garlic is rich in vitamin C. And then also it does have some fiber. So a lot of people, when they get colds or whatever, they'll up their garlic. I know that the one time I was talking to Randy, the very first time that I got COVID, I did a broth that had whole pieces of garlic, ginger, turmeric, onion, in it, and I drank that, 4 or 5 times, a cup of it 4 or 5 times a day. I truly believe that that's what got me through all of that. All of those compounds have great immune system properties to it, have great anti-inflammatory properties to it. The garlic, though, did I smell like a garlic bulb? Absolutely, I don't care. I needed the boosting your immune system effect from all of these things, and it did exactly what I wanted it to do. Get the inflammation down, work on the immune system, help with the mucus buildup from the cold, the coughing type, the situation that was going on. So that was a really good, way to do that. Garlic has some very active compounds in it that can help to help you work on blood pressure. A 2020 review of the different studies found that garlic reduced blood pressure in people with high blood pressure. Research linked this to a 60 to 40% lower risk of experiencing cardiovascular events as well. This analysis showed that garlic could help with blood flow through the blood vessels more easily, so therefore improving the blood pressure as you take it. Garlic improves cholesterol levels. 2018 suggests that garlic can lower total and LDL cholesterol. The authors of this particular study recommend that people with high cholesterol eat more garlic because of the research review that they did. In 2016, research was done with garlic supplements for more than 2 months could reduce your LDLs by up to 10%. That's if you're at 120, that's down 12 points. That's great. Now you're below the 100 that they want you to be below. So, adding garlic to your diet could help you also with cholesterol, triglyceride levels, total cholesterol. So adding garlic, and if you don't want to do the garlic bulbs, you can do garlic, supplements. You could do the kyolic garlic that is odorless. Solgar also carries a soft gel, so you could use that. Garlic contains a lot of antioxidants in it, and antioxidants, help to, contribute to the aging process, therefore helping with a lot of different areas in the body when it comes to antioxidants. Some of the studies found that garlic supplements would help benefit people with Alzheimer's disease directly as well. So, that's another reason to do it. Garlic can also help detoxify heavy metals in the body. And one of the things that everybody is talking about right now, like I said, is liver detox, parasitic detox, heavy metal detox. Well, garlic, because of the different compounds that are in it, may help, your body detox heavy metals out of the body. So that's, another good reason to put garlic into your diet. And like I said, it just depends. I didn't mind, having the garlic, issue with the broth. But, at the time I was sick, so I didn't really care if anybody else cared or not. So if you, are a very social person, then, you may want to do like the odorless type garlics. Nature's Ways Garlicin is odorless, but has high amounts of allicin in it. So that might be the way you want to, go. Magnesium is so very important when it comes to heart issues. The heart is a muscle. Magnesium is important to every muscle in the body. One of the better magnesiums that I've found is the BioOptimizer's Magnesium Breakthrough. It has 7 different types of magnesium in it. The chelate, the bisglycinate, the malate, the orotate, the tartrate, the citrate, And then the magnesium oxide, but it is bound in a sucrosome phospholipid binder. And so it's not like regular magnesium oxide, which if you just take it, it kind of works on the bowels. Magnesium is extremely important for so many different aspects of the body, muscular, nervous system. So that might be something that you may want to add, to the diet. Everybody that uses the magnesium breakthrough says about how the fantastic results that they get with it. Pomegranates, they're a unique fruit. I believe they're a fruit. And you do the pomegranate seeds. It's a very nutrient dense food. Pomegranates have been shown to help prevent and even reverse some of the vessel damage that can lead to heart attacks and stroke. Pomegranates have so many different types of compounds in it that, help with all of this. You can get pomegranate extracts as an alternative. We carry one by Nature's Way. We also carry one, I believe, by Himalaya. So it's a capsule. They just have so many different anti-inflammatories. They're high antioxidant levels. They have lots of vitamin C. They have vitamin K, folate, magnesium, phosphorus. All of these things have so much benefit, to the heart, to the body, to the urinary tract. There's research out there showing that pomegranates can help the urinary tract as well. Antioxidants have so many different benefits, to our body, to our cellular structure. So pomegranates might be something that you want to add, to your diet as well. One of the other things that can, remedy, that can help somebody that maybe has some heart issues, maybe some high blood pressure, is hawthorn berries. Hawthorn berries, the leaves, the stems, the whole part of the hawthorn has some fantastic values to it as a powerful antioxidant. It can help with chronic inflammation. It helps with the heart. Hawthorn has the ability to improve blood flow, normalized triglycerides, help with cholesterol. It definitely has some digestive uses. It can help. It's called the heart tonic. So, it's been shown for years to have all these different benefits. It can help relieve anxiety, which can be an issue when it comes to having, heart problems. If you're anxious all the time, so taking something that's going to help with that as well can, help. It's been shown that if you take 1,200 milligrams of hawthorn berries a day, that it can help improve blood pressure readings compared to the placebo. So, if you're having blood pressure issues, hawthorn berry may be something that you want to try. Something that you want to look at exercise also. Exercise helps to increase blood flow. Now, if you have heart issues, of course, you would not want to do extra strength training or anything like that. But doing light exercise is going to help with blood flow. So you do want to do exercise. You want to do as much stress reduction that you can do. Stress, constricts, and it can cause a problem with, blood flow. So you want to try and get that stress under control also. Reducing sodium. If you're having blood pressure issues, is always a good thing. So, like I said, diet is a major issue there too. Avoid smoking, of course. Any of those types of things. You want to alcohol, reducing, getting that reduced in your diet is probably a good thing in many different ways. CoQ10 is something that a lot of people put into the diet. It's an enzyme that is important to every cell in the body, very important to the heart. So CoQ10 might be something that you want to put in. Women in particular, sometimes with heart issues, is very hard to identify. The way our bodies are built, sometimes doctors have a hard time pinpointing what is going on. So AFib, for example, which is atrial fibrillation, is a very common type of heart arrhythmia problem in men and women. Women in particular, though, sometimes it's hard to identify in women. So sometimes they experience more severe symptoms. My mother-in-law, for example, she'll be fine, and then all of a sudden, her AFib kicks up, and it ends up she's in the hospital, with it, because when it hits her pretty severely, not extremely severely, but enough that ends up being an emergency room visit. She is managing it with different things, including biooptimizers, magnesium. Her AFib is not like a lot of people that has events every day. She could go months before hers would cause a problem. Lifestyles play a key role in AFib, prevention. Poor sleep, for example, or untreated sleep apnea is strongly linked to AFib. So I know with Marty, one of the things that we had to do was go to pulmonologists that dealt with sleep apnea, and she had to be tested for it. I know that I have a caller, but I don't think. Let's see. Yes, I guess I do. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and take the caller. Oh, wait. No. We don't have a caller. It's on there for something else. Okay. It's not on there for me, is it?
I don't know. Go ahead.
Okay. So anyway, sleep apnea is a problem, can be a trigger for AFib. Chronic stress can increase cortisol levels, which can cause inflammation, and then potentially triggering different episodes of AFib. So, you want to you try and get chronic stress under control. There are different things that you can do to do that. Blue Bonnet, like I said, has a stress formula that Randy talks about all the time. It's a really good stress formula to help keep you under control, that stress under control. Ashwagandha is an India herb that can help with chronic stress and also cortisol levels. So, that might be some way if you're experiencing AFib. I'm sure that you're under medication and doctor's care, which is definitely what you want to do. But there are some other things that you can do to help with that as well. Keeping the blood pressure under control, cholesterol, and also checking the thyroid. A lot of people don't realize that the thyroid function can be playing a role also. So you want to have the thyroid checked to make sure that it isn't something that could trigger the AFib. Not that it causes it, but it can trigger it. Episodes of anxiety, fatigue, shortness of breath. A lot of people just dismiss it as stress, but it could possibly be, this atrial fibrillation. So you want to talk to your doctor about if you're having any of these types of symptoms to be further checked to make sure that that's not the case. And like I said, a lot of women, will, accept stress, accept the chronic stress and these different symptoms as just that. And maybe it is something else. So you want to, be checked and make sure that that's not the case. AFib can cause, uncontrolled, can cause stroke and so forth. So you don't want to go there. Adding leafy green vegetables, spinach, kale, things like that to your diet, rich in magnesium again. Potassium can help regulate the heartbeat. So adding these types of foods to the diet, omega fatty acids, omega-3s, your fatty fish. You can do it by doing salmon or mackerel or sardines and stuff like that. Or you can do like Nordic Naturals, omega-3s, ultimate omegas, into your diet. Putting antioxidants into your diet, quercetin-rich foods into your diet can help with blood vessel health. So beets, for example, pomegranates, once again, are good to put into the diet if you're experiencing, this type of a situation. Nuts, seeds, walnuts, flax seeds, these foods are packed with different nutrients that help to support the cardiovascular system. You want to, lower, if not eliminate, your caffeine. These stimulants are not good if you're having arrhythmia type problems. So you want to, either eliminate or limit it. Alcohol, even in small amounts, can provoke AFib. So they call that the holiday heart syndrome. When you're drinking alcohol and all of a sudden you start having these symptoms. So I would eliminate alcohol if I was you. Processed foods, contain really high sodium, usually unhealthy fats, which can increase blood pressure, cause inflammation. So, you want to avoid that kind of diet. You want to put more, like I said, of the green leafy vegetables into your diet, more towards the Mediterranean diet. CoQ10 helps produce energy to the heart cells, so it could possibly help to improve heart function. So that's something that you can look at. Taurine helps support electrolyte imbalance. And nervous system function. It also has been shown to help with blood pressure issues. So taurine could be one of that amino acid that you could put back into your diet to help with that too. Magnesium, potassium, very good for the muscular, very good for the nervous system. So you want to look at that. Like I said about exercise, if you're having these types of issues, You don't want to over-exercise. It possibly could stimulate the AFib, so don't do that. A supplement, though, that we've talked about several times in the past that's been very good for the immune system, been recommended. I mean, when COVID was very big, quercetin was one of the things that you've seen everywhere. I don't care what article you looked at, quercetin was one of the things that was recommended. Cardiovascular disease is one of the leading causes of death worldwide, not just nationwide, but worldwide. So, we want to do things that help us keep this, I don't want to say under control, but just keep our heart healthy. It's the thing that beats 24 hours a day nonstop. So we've got to keep it healthy as possible. Research has shown that a diet that is plant-derived has many different compounds, especially one called flavonoids, that help to reduce cardiovascular disease. Quercetin is one of those flavonoids that has been shown to do it. Research actually showed that it helps to support heart health in many different ways, helps to lower blood pressure, can help reduce total cholesterol and LDL levels. It lowered markers of chronic inflammation, and once again, we're back to inflammation. It sounds like it's a broken record, but inflammation is just one of the main characters of all different types of disease. But cardiovascular, quercetin, has many different things, like I said, to help with the cardiovascular problem. Because of it being a flavonoid, it has those anti-inflammatory properties to it, those antioxidant properties to it that will help with that. Quercetin's really high in, onions and apples, some teas, citrus, red wine. Resveratrol is also high in red wine. So, and we've talked about that in the past and how good of a benefit it is. Cardiovascular. Quercetin, I'm showing it here on the bottle I brought down with me today, can help in many different things. Help with the progression of atherosclerosis, which is the buildup of plaque in the blood vessels, not a good thing. So, it can help with that. It has been shown to improve reducing blood pressure, support the endothelial function of our blood vessels, improving blood glucose control, blocking the formulation of oxidized LDLs, reducing inflammation and oxidative stress, and decreasing liver fat accumulation. That's something also, that's one of the big things that people come into the store and they say, I have a fatty liver. Well, quercetin can possibly help with that as well. So that might be something that you want to put back into your diet if you've taken it out, that it can help with high blood pressure. It can help with cholesterol levels, also immune system, things as well. So, adding quercetin to the diet is going to be good too. Study magnesium linked with reduced blood pressure. Researchers analyzed 38 randomized controlled trials that compared the blood pressure benefits of additional magnesium with 2,700 participants with or without hypertension. Magnesium doses were given up to 637 milligrams for a 12-week period. The participants who received the magnesium experienced an average reduction of 3 mm's with systolic blood pressure and 2 with diastolic blood pressure. That's just in 12 weeks. So the longer you take it, of course, it's going to have a better benefit, to it as well. So there's different things. I have other things I could have talked about. Maybe that's what Randy and I will talk about next week, because there's so much when it comes, to the heart and what you can use. Like I brought down the luteolin. We talked very, scarcely about hawthorn berries, the quercetin, vitamin D for cardiovascular and heart health. It's been shown that low vitamin D levels have a greater chance of cardiovascular health. So when you go to your doctors, you want to make sure that you ask them to test your vitamin D levels. When you're doing your, yearly blood tests, when they test your cholesterol levels, tell them you want your vitamin D levels tested as well. All of these things, are extremely important when it comes to heart health. Keep in mind the different things that you can use, but also keep in mind, looking at the Mediterranean diet, making sure that, try adding garlic more to your soups, to your salad dressings, to, all these things that you're incorporating into your diet new. When you saute your vegetables, add some garlic to it. Some of your different spices, maybe some turmeric to help with the inflammation. Not only using supplements, if you don't like fish oil, for example, you can use supplementation, like the Nordic Naturals in your diet, if you don't like fish. But, try to do all of it and then try to eat a more healthier diet, a more cleaner diet to help your cardiovascular system. All right. Till next week, WMBS Uniontown.
CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Stacey Lynn in Washington, where President Trump just announced the EPA will stop regulating greenhouse gases.
This action will save American consumers trillions of dollars and will lower the average cost of a new vehicle by close to $3,000.
The administration's rescinding a declaration known as the Endangerment